is Valorant still a tactical FPS?
I'll say yes. I'll be devil's advocate and say
It's 100% attack shooter. There's no way it could not be.
Then I will say no, it's not.
I know, yeah, because I fully think it's not. There's like a few.
I understand why it's like why you would think that.
Yeah.
Because it's like there are so many abilities that it is now like becoming something else.
People will point to the fact that you can do damage to another person as an agent, therefore it's not attack FPS anymore. I actually don't agree with that.
What the f*** is that line of
No. In terms of the base kit of like the game and what defines a tactical FPS, I see it as you need to use utility to gain positioning across the map, and you use utility to be able to essentially peek your opponent, right? But there's always a sense of risk. Agents that fucking came out that completely ruined the game for me. And I still played it a bunch afterwards, but one of the reasons why I fucking hated the game afterwards is when Skye came out. When Skye came out and you had a utility that could get unearned, completely unearned information across the map, like visual information of where someone is playing based solely on their utility alone, I was like, this is no longer attack FPS, because there's no sense of, oh, I need to risk my own life or risk my own, safety with my team or my own positioning so that I could get a sense of where the opponent is.
Your reasoning is literally self-defeating. Because in attack FPS, info matters. In Overwatch, if you had like a fucking Sova drone and you could see, you're like, oh guys, Reinhardt's on point, Cassidy's on point, right?
No, that's not true, because you have tracers that will be lurkers. There is such a thing as like lurking in Overwatch where you can take an alternate position. How do you think fucking Genji just fucking gets in with ults all the time and is able to just shit up?
Because he's able to find an angle and come in. What I'm trying to say is, like, by your reasoning, right, the fact that info is so valuable in Valorant and these abilities give info at such a free rate, right, it's like not attack shooter anymore. But that's not true, because the reason the abilities are so broken is because of the fact that they give info and that the info is so important.
If I may, what you're saying, it is attack shooter, just not a good one.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, God, yeah. It's like how League is a MOBA, it's just bad. Valorant has not really, like, deviated from the formula of attack shooter as substantially, I would argue, as League of Legends has. Mind you, League's been around for 15 years. Valorant's been around for 5.
Yeah, hold on. Okay, first off, if we're using Counter-Strike as the basis of what attack shooter is, which I think is fair to say,
it is the ground zero of attack shooters.
It is the ground zero of attack shooters, which is you have mollies, you have smokes, you have flashes,
HEs,
decoys, which
important.
Dude. You ever see that Munacy peak on mid doors? Does too. You know, if you drop a decoy with the gun you have, it makes the sound. So he dropped the decoy when he had an op, and it shot the op. So the guy thought that the op shot had shot, so he crossed mid doors, and Munacy.
I do that all the time.
Yeah. Utility.
Decoy does damage.
Does. You can also kill somebody with a smoke.
Actually,
you know what? Counter-Strike stopped being a attack shooter the day you could kill somebody with a smoke grenade.
I mean, that is how people reacted when the molly.
Yeah, MBK famously, I think, it came out and it was like mollies were busted as shit, and they fixed them. So at least as a CT, you could, or a T, you could deal with them. Let's be clear that of the two utility that do damage, which is like HEs, mollies, whatever the both of them require you to be, for the most part, or at least the HEs, you need to be somewhat exposed, or you need to have the information of where someone is, and you have to earn that information. You can blind check, but then you're potentially wasting utility.
But this does just sound more and more like Valorant is lost in the sauce versus, like, to put it the way Devin did, it's a bad attack shooter, but it's not attack shooter. Valorant is not a hero shooter in the way that Overwatch or Marvel Rivals are hero shooters. Like, at the end of the day in Valorant, you still have to buy a Vandal, right? And armor, and you have to hit shots. You still got to buy a Vandal and hit shot. You can't just like not play the game.
Think of how many metas that there were in Valorant where you literally could just rely on an agent's ability to completely bust the game open. Chamber, Neon, like all these things were entirely agent dependent, where you could take over a game simply because of an agent's utility that had no effect, frankly, like on any particular player's skill. Oh, you had these chambermains. Well, congrats. You could hit a fucking op shot, basically. Congrats. You could do that. Or Neon, you could zoom.
I mean, I don't know, man, how seriously you played during the fucking Krieg meta, but like that shit was so.
We all
broken.
knew that was busted.
That shit was.
In the AUG meta, we all knew that shit was
broken,
busted.
man.
We all know that
That
metas
shit
are
was
busted in
so
CS
busted.
sometimes.
I
can't
think
do this.
Chamber is the best argument for it not being a tac shooter, just because his ability gives him a gun that doesn't exist for anybody else in the game.
They wanted an agent that was like, they wanted a hero that was like, how do we live out the Kenny S fantasy in this game? Like, how do we make opping as cool in this game as it is in Counter-Strike? Because it was not as cool in Valorant in the beginning. It just was not good. Opping was just not really that amazing until Chamber. Even the OG days of opping Jet, right? But Chamber perverted it so much because it became so like, oh, like, I hit a cool op shot, butterfly flick into the teleport. You're like, look how fucking cool I am. And anyone who's ever opt ever in CS looks at that and is like, this is sacrilegious. Like, this is like, you've taken what was cool in CS and you've like perverted it into such a brain rot ability.
I mean, but like, you look at, again, the Sky Point, you have Tejo, and you see how easy it is to earn information without putting yourself at risk. Like, I am shocked people are able to play as defenders in that game at all, because it would just be a tilt fest the entire time. You can't position anywhere, and you have to use like counter utility that doesn't even work half the time on the defense. You know?
Can you shoot a dog though?
I don't know what. Where's
like
this
in
come
the
from?
sky, you could shoot a dog. So you
I was so fucking horrified.
I was like,
I was like, I don't want to play any game where you can shoot a
whoa.
fucking dog.
But you could,
like,
you
what
could
the
like,
fuck is that?
you could shoot her dog when it's coming at you.
Oh,
I was horrified,
Sky's dog.
dude. I was
Oh,
I was like, who the what the fuck?
That's
are
what
you,
it's
like-
called, right?
like-
We didn't even get into the movement of the game, by the way.
Okay, so hold up. Here's something I want to talk about because this is like an important thing, Seth. The reason at its core that Valorant is a tac shooter is because Riot has still refused to budge on the things, the actual like genes, right? The genome of the tac shooter. If tomorrow they patched the game and they were like, we have removed the movement accuracy penalty, I would say to you, it is now no longer a tac shooter. Now, the fact that it feels like shit.
Dimitri, people have been saying that Valorant is a running gun simulator for years.
Of course, and within the boundaries of a tac shooter, it is a run and gun simulator, but not within the boundaries of Call of Duty or Battlefield, brother.
I don't know, man.
Brother, you played CS2 lately? You have any fucking idea how easy it is to fucking scream around a corner at Battlefield?
Dude, why do you think I
tempo?
love the Tech 9, bro? I think when Neon came out and her ult basically just made you Tracer, that was like,
I have a take here, baby.
oh
I have
man,
a take.
we're kind.
It's not a tac shooter.
Valorant,
You can aim down.
it's getting closer.
Valorant is more of a tac shooter than Source.
I want you to fucking
That's my
spit
take.
that out right now.
It's more of a tac shooter than
I'm
Source.
telling Shocks.
Riot didn't spend
my
so much time.
definition of a tac shooter versus a hero shooter. Does the hero jump the shark? Does it become more important that you're playing that agent than it is to be good at the game?
It's a play. So you're getting closer now. Like, here's a good example, right? If I am playing Reaper and they have a Pharah, right? It does not matter how good a Reaper I am. I literally cannot hit her. It's a mechanical thing. I need to switch to Cassidy. I just have to. Or switch to Ashe or whatever the right? I can't actually hit her as Reaper. In that regard, you're right about the hero shooter thing. That's what makes a hero shooter, right? It's the play, counterplay. Their comp counters my comp. I have to switch to something else. Ball doesn't work here. They have too many stuns. Let's get out Reinhardt or Sigma, whatever. In Valorant, is it more important to pick a certain agent than it is to just buy, you know, like the skill expression you have of buying a Vandal and shooting people? I don't think so. And I don't think that even the biggest Valorant detractors, which I'm not, in the world would I mean, I am a Valorant detractor. I'm not the biggest. Is what I'm saying. I don't think it is more. I still think, and this is what I've been saying this whole time, I still think you have to buy a Vandal and you have to hit shots. There's the closest that they have ever come, I think, Teo is maybe the closest I've ever seen to like, this is stupidly uninteractive to the point where it's like there's no skill expression.
But that goes into the power.
I agree, and that's what I'm saying. I don't think that the Tejo's existence.
But
makes Valorant
I
not
think
a
the fact
tac
that
shooter.
the expression of like inting has transferred over to Valorant based off who you're picking, I think is a testament, personally.
You can grieve for int in any game, man. I take your point. No, the thing you stumbled upon earlier was a good point.
I do want to congratulate you for stumbling into your best argument yet.
Yes, you have actually stumbled into your best argument yet, which is
I just come up with these things.
Why
at
didn't
the
you
end
say
of the
at
day.
beginning?
At the end of the day, Valorant is
master of Galilean
5
dialogue.
Vandals versus 5 Vandals.
Yeah.
Right. Obviously, there can be different guns, but you take the point. It's 5 guns versus 5 guns. And they're all on equal footing in that regard. Can Brimstone not win a gunfight against Jet? No, right? No.
Last thing, I do like to imagine someone from Riot watching this and being like, we didn't spend a decade stealing from Valve to not be considered a tactical shooter.
I know. Yeah.
We named the op the same thing.
Yes,
Did you guys not?
literally the same shit?
Did you guys not get that? It was supposed to be a joke.